Hey guys, my name is Kerr and today we're going to be making this lovely pumpkin decor using some Grafix craft plastic. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some acrylic paint to a piece of 12 by 12 craft plastic. And I want to add some texture to this paint, so I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of water, and then I'm going to take a second piece of craft plastic and place it directly on top. I'm going to smoosh it, move it around a little bit, and then I'm going to peel the two pages apart. Now I really do love this technique. It's a fast and easy way to add texture to your acrylic paint, but it doesn't work on regular cardstock. Your paint will soak into the cardstock. That's why craft plastic is perfect for this. The acrylic paint actually sits on top and it makes it easy to move around and squish in between the two pieces of plastic. Now I knew I wanted to make some different sizes, so here I cut a piece of 12 by 12 white opaque craft plastic in half, and I'm going to make two smaller pumpkins, and I just picked out another beautiful fall color. I'm going to do the same thing, add some water and smush it in between the two pages, peel them apart, and I'm left with delicious texture. Now once that first layer dries, I take some brown acrylic paint and a dry bristle brush and I just slide it across the page. I'm just looking for some additional texture for my pumpkins. Next up, I take my craft plastic over to the trimmer and cut out these strips. You can make them whatever width you desire. And then after that, I took a small paper punch and punched out tiny holes on both sides of the strips. Next up, I wanted to create some leaves for the pumpkins, and here I'm using some black craft plastic. I'm going to cut out some simple leaf shapes, and as I was cutting them, I thought, wow, I really want to give some dimension to these leaves, and an easy way to do that is by using your heat gun. Simply hold them with some tweezers, blast them with a little bit of heat, and shape them. Make sure that you let them cool in the shape that you want them to be, and it only takes a couple of seconds and then they're ready for paint. For the color, I simply added some green acrylic paint and I ended up scratching into the leaves to give them a little bit more texture, but I felt like they still needed a little something, and so I added some drops of beautiful gold acrylic ink, spread it throughout the leaf, and these are ready to assemble. Now the only thing you need to connect all of your pieces is a brad, or some people call them fasteners, and you're just basically attaching your two leaves to putting them on first and then adding all of your layers of craft plastic onto the brad, opening up the ends when you're done securing them in place. Now you do the same for the bottom, using that brad and then adding all of the strips of craft plastic, and you'll notice that it will naturally want to create this pumpkin shape. Now my pumpkin was a little wobbly after I assembled it, and a quick fix is to use that heat gun again. So I held it down with my tweezer, zapped it with the heat, and then let it cool in that position. Now I wanted my pumpkin to have a little bit of weight, and so here I'm using some fabric scraps. I kind of balled them up with a rubber band, and then I placed them inside my pumpkin. That's the beauty of having these craft plastic strips. I can adjust them accordingly. Now you can fill this pumpkin with whatever you have on hand. You can use fabric scraps like I did, or tissue paper, or even book paper. Now to finish them off, I'm using some coconut fibers, and I used some additional fabric scraps to the top and just glued them on. Now for my itty bitty pumpkins, I assembled them the same exact way. I did add some additional design elements using some acrylic ink, and I filled the small ones with tulle. And once they were all assembled, they were ready for me to display on my holiday table. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and for more ideas on how to use craft plastic, make sure you visit grafixarts.com. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.